just gonna go in the rain.
No, I just went in there.
No, come on. I just was coming here because I didn't know what to do. I'm not.
I love you,
Welcome to John Oakland Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Mountaineers will put total leather and we'll get started. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Houston Cougars offense will get first crack at it here. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game. What players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting we've got these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. To the air, it's Wegman. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. That was a really well-run route on the curl, pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
Got room to work. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get the third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards in there.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Cougars are flying down the field. The hand to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Back to the ground with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to throw, it's Wegman. Lofts one high and deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, this guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. With the run on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football. And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Mountaineers will hustle from the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle, it's Barnes. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Punt is on its way. Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Houston offense once again. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Rides the back and leaves it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Weckman. Grabbed in the middle, it's Broussard. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. On the move, it's Sanford. And at the 45 on its way. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, you make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all can throw on the line, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Got it set up on the outside. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Weckman. There's the pressure. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that is what every single defense wants, man. They got to get those negative plays so you can put them in predictable situations. They gave up some yardage, but 3rd and long, gear up the pass rushers, bring in some extra DBs, and try to go get them again.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing crow routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Cougar! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. If we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you. Guess what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Men,
We'll be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. And the Mountaineers headed quickly to the line. Those who say you can't go home again don't know Rich Rodriguez as he returns to Morgantown and hoping to take the Mountaineers to He's loose. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback just flat, missed him, incomplete. Chains now on 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. The Mountaineers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
The field goal is no good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to throw, it's Wegman. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his 1st target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's a nice job by the receiver working past the sticks. Looked like it was going to be a 1st down by the offense, but how about the physical play knocking that ball loose?
Houston will be forced to punt. They'll boot it away for the 1st time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. West Virginia has it back ready to dive into that playbook. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Mountaineers come to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Vaughn. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the 1st down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that 1st down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Catch in the middle. It's Vaughn. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The play action fake. Finds his tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Mountaineers have this offense rolling.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the sack comes from the middle linebacker, who is the quarterback of the defense. Not only does he get everybody lined up, make all the calls, play the run, he can also rush the passer and sack quarterbacks. What a job.
And the Mountaineers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Got a man, it's Gallagher. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Seventh play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play.
Go get it. Oh, he caught that.
They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Touchdown drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man, it's Beckman. Makes the grab over the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Second down, he'll throw it. Sets up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They kick it away on 4th down. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and just stay aggressive. To understand, we've had success. We got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Let's it fly. Catch in the middle. It's Singleton. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. wants to go up top on first down.
Oh, boy.
And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14 to 10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to throw, it's Quegman. Pocket breaking down. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll go to the ground. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. To the air on first down. He's taking the shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, this defense was ready for go-longs. Against this receiver at his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Trying play action. Rushes on him. Complete downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. To throw, it's Quegman. Oh, they're after him! And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the throw, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? This is a designed run. Oh, the sweep spin, and he's free. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Second half just about ready to start, and Houston will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell when his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Mountaineers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll try the run.
Come on, get outside.
Oh, better look out. There he goes.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
And And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Really nice job by the defense. Here in the second half, they've got to have the mentality. With the lead, we just don't give up any more points. We get the double. We got to make big plays on third down. They made a big one there.
And the Mountaineers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. To the air, it's Wegman. Quickly complete. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
The Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
Bully ball on third and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this.
There he goes.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The give to the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because the first down you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And he had just enough to will that one home. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Florida State is just getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Tallahassee. There are children there, folks. They should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 20 to Wake Forest. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tied game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Shakes off the defender. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29. The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Got it, looking for the first down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do in short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Back to throw, it's Wegman. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Makes the catch. It's Thomas. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On 30 short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, and he has enough to move the chains.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop, and you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
With the catch, it's Thomas. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Houston is moving it quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give on the counter. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Wegman. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Got it in the middle, it's York. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
They just find ways to find the big fellas. Those big tight ends are huge targets for the quarterbacks. The throws are usually in between the numbers. That makes it pretty easy. Usually sure-handed guys like that just come across the field, make plays for you.
Under fire. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on third down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
Handoff from the gun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Give to the running back. Touchdown, Cougars! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the fourth. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down.
Get
Pressure
him.
coming.
Oh, we got him.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Barnes. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
Oh.
He's going to try to get it all here. Pulls in the deep ball. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Mountaineers in the hurry-up. Got it looking for first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets it to the back. Oh, out of space. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Mountaineers will line it up on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. He leaves it with his back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Here comes the Houston offense once again. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Throws for the tight end. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll go to the air. Flips it out in the flat. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. The give on the inside. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Wants to go up top. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
I mean, 4th and goal, and what does he do? He makes plays. This is why quarterbacks with this kind of athletic ability are so hard to stop. Big-time money down on 4th down, and the quarterback makes the play for you.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Wegman. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Picks up the 1st down. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. And the offense will maintain possession, son. That ball must be riveted to your ribcage. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop. With your last incompletion setting up 4th down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Oh, we had him.
Deep shot for the end zone.
Oh, my God.
He's got it. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on. Florida State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wake Forest. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to pass. It's Wegman. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it.
Catch.
It's caught down.
Let's go.
He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
He in. 1.
After taking another look, just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They're trying to hurry to the line. They're right on the edge of field goal range here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Need. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard and a 1st down just outside the red zone. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. And the Cougars back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He breaks a tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Should be an easy one for you.
So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And this will be for the win. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. Dead center perfect. And they go back on top. The entire scenario you build up in your head in the everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.